welcome to Nugg Talk.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Nugg Talk, a weekly podcast where we talk about everything going on in the NBA, and more specifically, everything going on with your Denver Nuggets. I'm your host, Loki, and once again, I'm with my co-host, Phil. Phil, how's it going? What's going on?
Not much. Ready for the NBA season to start.
Yeah, I know it's boring without NBA
I'm bored.
basketball. At least we're getting kind of football back, but football is not as good as basketball.
I don't care about football.
Phil,
I do, but
don't be upset just because the Broncos aren't that good.
that's kind of the point, isn't it? I know what's going to happen. Sorry
Right.
to my Bronco fans who are optimistic.
At least they'll probably beat the Raiders week 1.
Fucking better. If they lose that game, then we're done.
I don't think you're done. It's one game in the season, but
We're done.
okay, whatever. Let's get off of Phil's depression for the Broncos and go into some NBA news. Well, there's not much going on in the NBA, unfortunately, because it is August. It is the dog days of the NBA summer. Not much going on. Thankfully, FIBA is coming soon, which is nice to have. But just to go over some short NBA news beforehand, Lakers, they signed Dwight Howard. That was their replacement for Boogie Cousins. What do you think of them getting D. Howard back in the LA area, in the LA scene on Kobe's birthday?
I mean, he'll probably be good. He's gonna compete with JaVale to start, I'm sure. I don't know. I'm not saying he's gonna be good, but I don't know. He's a solid pickup. Let's be real, but
I mean, he's fine, I think.
it's no DeMarcus Cousins, but
It's no Boogie Cousins, and I think it's just going to be funny to see how much Shaq continues to hate on him throughout the season.
yeah, it's gonna be so funny.
Because Shaq already made fun of him once by saying, "Who the hell is he?" And Kobe doesn't like Dwight Howard either, so it was funny that he's back in LA.
Because of that, no Laker fans like him either. So.
I mean, yeah, no Laker fans like LeBron either. But those are Kobe fans. They're not Laker fans, which is even more insufferable when they're Kobe fans. But he's back, so they have their backup, and I'm not terrified of it. So
Yeah,
good for us.
he's the least of my concerns. So
Yeah, I mean, Jokic is going to body Dwight Howard. He does it all the time, so I'm not worried about that one bit. And Plumlee and Dwight Howard, I think Plumlee's better. So, by the fact that Plumlee made it on Team USA, he did
yeah,
do it.
it's true. Plumlee is the second best center in the United States.
Yeah, he's only behind Miles Turner, best center in the United States. But yeah, they did that. Other NBA news, there's continued rumors that the Blazers are going to probably go all in this season and try to go for Kevin Love. What do you think about that?
I'm kind of actually want it to happen.
That's them going all in.
Kevin Love is a fine player, but he'll kind of be what he was on the Cavs, and for most of that time, he was not very good. The reason why they were successful is because LeBron and Damian Lillard is not LeBron, and that just diminishes their defense even more. So I'm okay with it, honestly. It doesn't scare me.
I mean, it depends if it happens, but I did say this earlier when they got Hassan Whiteside, because that move still makes no sense if they get Nurkic back. But I think he was always going to be a piece that they can be like, hey, Cavs, here, take this guy. He's on a 1-year deal, and take all these other people. But I feel like if they did that trade, they lose their bench, which is detrimental against, I feel like, especially us, because we have a good bench.
Yeah.
So it's more about being deep than anything. Kevin Love would improve them offensively because he is a stretch four, and he is a 20-10 guy. He gets 20 and 10. You give him the option to do that, he's gonna get that for most nights. But I don't know. I feel like I'll wait to see when it happens, if it happens, because I feel like the Cavs are weird about trading people because they never ended up actually trading JR. So we'll see if they actually trade Kevin Love or not. And there could always be another team that swoops in and tries to get Kevin Love. But I just feel like you said, historically, Kevin Love is terrible at defense. He's only had one good defensive possession in his life, and that was on Steph Curry in the finals.
Yep.
That's it. Other than that, Kevin Love was so bad that they had to hide him in the corner. So we'll see. And Damian's historically bad. Well, he's gotten better at defense, but he's still bad at defense. CJ actually, he's pretty good. He's pretty decent.
Yeah.
But, like, to be honest, the most person on that team I'm scared more of is the CJ, just because he screwed us over the last time. But I feel like we'll be better. But we'll see if they go. That's a rumor that they're going to go all in and get that. If they do that, then sure, we'll see how it works out and see how it goes. But in the meantime,
I mean, they kind of don't have a choice.
I mean, I could see them do it. It'd be interesting to see them do it. I just don't know how much they would have to give up for Kevin Love, because I feel like his stock's not even that high right now. Then again, it could be. Who knows? Maybe the Cavs really just...
He's probably the Cavs' best asset to trade.
It would be funny if they send Ronnie Hood back to Cleveland. He was like, I want to get out of Cleveland. Then they're like, okay, you're going back. That'd be really funny. But we'll see how it goes. Kevin Love, I mean, I think he wants to get out of Cleveland. So maybe he'll push it. Maybe not. We'll see how it goes. But if that's them going all in, then you know what? Just keep making our division harder. We'll take it, I guess, because everyone likes to make our division the hardest division in the league.
Let's just stack the West and stack the Northwest division.
Yeah, so we'll see how it goes. But in the meantime, they don't have him, so I'm not too worried. And if they get him, we'll deal with that when we get there. But we'll see how it goes. Now, more over to Nuggets news, because that's basically it for most of the NBA news. Like we said earlier, Mason Plumlee did make Team USA. He's on that team, baby. He's on the first team to ever lose an exhibition game since, like, 2003.
Yeah, he's on, like, the worst Team USA, but he's on there.
He's on there, though. So we have a guy on Team USA. But that team did just lose to Australia recently, which was kind of embarrassing. Patty Mills had 30 fucking points.
Yeah.
How does Patty Mills get 30 points?
Being guarded by Kemba Walker.
And, like, Donovan, like, what are you guys doing? You can't let Patty Mills get 30 points. That's
Donovan
insane.
Mitchell's a good player, but his defense isn't very good.
I just don't get that team. That team should be better than they are. Like,
Yeah.
They whooped Canada's butt, but that's because Canada doesn't have our boy Jamal or RJ Barrett playing.
Yeah, I mean, Canada has nobody.
Yeah, because, like,
Wiggins even playing?
Huh?
Is Wiggins even
No,
playing?
Wiggins was out way before those guys were.
Yeah, so.
Because Wiggins wanted to focus on the season.
Yeah, I've noticed that, like, European players have a lot of pride in FIBA, and then everyone else doesn't give a shit.
Well, the thing is with, I think, Giannis and Jokic is they skipped it the last time.
So they kind of had
So
to.
they felt like they had to do it this time. Because, like,
Yeah,
I think we
that's fair.
forced Jokic not to do it the last time because we want him to come for Summer League and practice and stuff like that. And then same thing for, like, Giannis. He wanted to, like, focus on the season back then. But now he's like, oh, I got to do it for Greece. And Jokic is like, I got to do it for Serbia. But even then, like, most of the Australian players are doing it, except for Ben Simmons. He's the only Australian player that didn't do it. So that's why their team's pretty decent and did beat Team USA. Because they got, like, 4 NBA guys. They got Delhi, they got Mills, they got Baines.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about Baines.
They got Baines, they got Bogut. They probably have some more.
They got some NBA talent.
Is Ingles Australian?
I think so.
I think he's Australian. So there you go. That's like 5. If Joe Ingles is Australian. Is he? I'm going to look it up. I think he is Australian.
I'm on you. I'm already on it. Yeah, he is.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. So yeah, they got like 5 guys. So like, yeah, I mean, Australia is also a good team. Spain, Juancho's apparently been killing it for Spain, but like, I mean, as good as he is, will he get rotation minutes with us? Who knows? We'll see how he does. But it's good to hear that he's doing good for Spain. So that's at least a nice thing to have, to know that he's making threes over there. But even then, not super interested in that, because the one that's more important is our boy Jokic. He's fucking killing it.
Yeah, he's not even played that much, and he's killing it.
Yeah, he's coming off the bench. He doesn't play that much. He even skipped the game against Greece, and they still won in overtime. Beat Giannis. Didn't even matter.
Did Giannis play?
Yeah, Giannis played.
Oh, dang, that's funny.
And they still won in overtime because Bogdan or Bojan, whichever one, he had like 30 points. So, and that team is the only team in all of exhibition for all of these FIBA stuff that's undefeated still going into the FIBA World Cup. This team's going to win the fucking gold.
I think they're going to win gold. We know USA is not winning gold.
I mean, I still think they should be the favorite.
Nah.
I still think they should still be the favorite because they have the most NBA players. If they don't, it's still pretty embarrassing if they don't. But let's go Serbia. I want Serbia to win. I want Jokic to win. I feel like Jokic needs to start at some point.
I feel like they'll start him in like when the games matter. I think Kuzma drop out, right?
Yeah, Kuzma dropped out because his ankle was hurt, so that's why I think Plumlee made it. But yeah, he dropped out. But Jokic, he's been killing it. He's had some sick assists. He had a play where he was playing against, like, I don't know which team he was playing against. It was like one European team. But he, like, knew their play, and he told one of their guys where to go, and his own guy got a steal because he told him where to be at.
He knew their offensive set.
That's fucking amazing.
He's a smart guy.
I love Jokic so much. I really hope that Serbian team wins. They have so many likable people. They got him. They got Boban. I fucking love Boban, except when he was on the Clippers and he kicked their ass. But I love Boban any other time. I like the Bojan or Bogdan, whichever one it is. I like him. I like Milos, but I think Milos is still hurt. Hopefully not, but he might still be hurt. That team is very interesting. I like that team a lot. I really hope they win. I'm rooting for them all the way.
Me too. I'm not rooting for Team USA. Sorry.
I think they could do it. I do hope that the final is them against Team USA.
No.
I think that'd be cool. And if Jokic wins, then that just makes it look even cooler for Jokic because that means he just beat a whole team of NBA players basically by himself.
He's by far their best player. So
he's so good. I love him so much. And he had that commercial.
Yes, that commercial
where he's advertising for Serbian like goldfish, I guess. I don't know what it was actually.
I don't know.
I think it was Serbian goldfish. But I love that he was made fun of his fat, chubby passport picture. I think that's hilarious because that's one of the best pictures of all time on the internet. I would show that to every NBA center and be like, this is the guy who's roasting you. I hope you know that this is the guy.
He just got a triple-double on your team.
He just triple-doubled you. He just scored 30 on you. I hope you feel good about that. But yeah, hopefully Serbia wins. Hopefully they keep going. I don't know when the first game is. I don't know if you want to look that up or not, but I just need it to happen already because when is it happening? It feels like it's been forever ago that they announced this stuff. Oh, the 31st. Is that when it's... Oh, so it's happening this weekend.
Yeah, it starts this weekend.
What's their first game? Let's see. They play... USA's first game is against the Czech Republic. So they should win that because I don't know anyone on the Czech Republic. Where the hell is Serbia? Oh, Serbia plays the Philippines. Oh, they're going to wax the Philippines. Jordan Clarkson's not even playing for the Philippines. They're going to wax the Philippines.
Unfortunately, all these games happen at like 3 a.m., but...
Phil, just get up and watch it. Support your Serbian people.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
I wonder if Gallo's playing for Italy, because Serbia plays Italy in their second game.
I don't think so.
No, Gallo, what are you doing?
Wait, never mind. He is.
Okay, cool. We get to see a Jokic-Gallo reunion, where Jokic just schools Gallo all day.
Yeah, show you're the best European Nugget of all time, Jokic.
He is the best European Nugget of all time. This is going to be an interesting tournament. I'm excited for this. It does suck that all the games are like really early in the morning. Why is it like that?
Because they're in China.
I know, it's so frustrating. Just do everything in the United States.
It would be so much more convenient for us.
It'd be so much more convenient for us, but I guess not. That's fine. I'll still watch the highlights or try to watch some games if I can. But that is super cool, and finally we have some sort of basketball, so that's great. Because if we didn't, that would suck. And it goes till September 15th. That's insane.
Ooh, that's pretty good. And then we'll just have like a month-ish to wait until the season
starts.
starts.
Training camp starts, basically, and then preseason, so that'll take us all the way there.
We're getting close.
So that's good. In other Nugget news, we're working out Trevor Booker. We worked him out. And we also worked out because he had such an amazing performance in the Big Three, which is actually a very fun league to watch. People should watch it. If you are hesitant to watch the Big Three, don't be. It's really fun.
Big Three is fun.
It's fun to watch. We're working out Joe Johnson because he's been killing it in there. And I don't know why he's even in the Big Three.
He should be in the NBA.
He should be in the NBA. He's literally just schooling people in the Big Three. He's so fucking good. And he's too good for that league. But we worked him out. What do you think about Joe Johnson and Trevor Booker?
I just feel like at this point, like...
Or are we going to work him out, I should say.
It'd be cool to sign either of them, I guess, but like I don't think either of them are going to play. Maybe Joe Johnson will play a little bit, but...
I would like to sign Joe Johnson, just because I feel like...
He'd be a good presence.
He'd be a good presence, veteran leadership, and also, if anyone gets hurt, he'd be really good fill-in. But he would have to be okay with that role. And I don't know if he's okay with that role. Because I feel like he also worked out with the Sixers.
Like he probably wants minutes.
I feel like with the Sixers, he would get a lot of minutes because he can shoot threes. And they'd be like, oh, thank God.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
yeah, I mean,
he could go there. But he's going to be in the NBA. He's got to be.
You'd think so. I think he'll get signed by a team. If he decides to stay in the Big Three, then he just must really like being the best player.
I mean, I don't think he's going to. The checks are probably way different. I think he wants to be in the NBA.
Exactly.
But yeah, I mean, I would prefer Joe Johnson over Trevor Booker. I assume that's the same for you.
Yeah, it'd be fun to have him. He's a fun player.
He's a fun player. It'd be good to have. And it's basically like we could just Nick Young him. We could have him for like a week or two and then get rid of him. Remember when we had Nick Young last year?
Yeah, that was a great experiment, wasn't it?
That was a fun time. I had fun having Nick Young on our team. He brought a lot of energy.
Did he?
I mean, he didn't do much on the court, but off the court, he was hilarious.
Oh, yeah. That's because he's an idiot.
Yeah, but he's funny. So it's all about being funny and humorous in the NBA. Joe Johnson's not that, but he's good, so I'd take him. I also think Joe Johnson would help just like maybe Gary, maybe help Jamal, maybe with their shots or stuff like that. And Joe Johnson's clutch as fuck.
He is really clutch.
Because he's had game winners on us before.
ISO Joe.
He is ISO Joe. And maybe that could help too. We could have ISO Joe and ISO Porter Jr. Have double ISO guys.
I'm really ready to see that guy play.
Who, Michael Porter?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully one day. I mean, he's practicing. He's working out, so that's good. I think he's healthy again. Knock on wood. I don't know. Phil, find wood. Oh, the chair. There we go. I fucking knocked on wood.
This table is literally made of wood.
Oh, whatever. Fuck the table. I did the chair. I'm just worried about him. Okay, I want him to play.
I really just need him to play like 10 games, no issues, before I even like get my hopes up.
I just want to see him during preseason.
Make me sad.
Because preseason he'll get a lot of minutes. He's got to at least get like 20 minutes in preseason. I feel like. Because they're not going to play the starters that much in preseason. So hopefully he's healthy for preseason so we can see how good he is and see how well he does. Because I miss Michael Porter Jr.
Yeah.
But on Michael Porter Jr. and just our team in general, people are really high on us right now, and I'm starting to like it.
Me too.
People aren't disrespecting us this year, which is shocking for once in our lives. But ESPN and CBS came out with like top teams in the West and the East. And ESPN and CBS both picked us to be first. ESPN picked us to tie with like the Clippers, but they still picked us to be first, which would be awesome if we were the first seed. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, feel like we should probably be the first seed. Continuity matters, at least in the regular season. So, yeah, I could see it. I expect a high seed from us. I don't care what the Lakers or Clippers have done. We should be one of the best teams. So, yeah, I like it. And I like that we're getting the respect that we frankly deserve. So
we do deserve the respect because we did pretty good last year. We exceeded expectations, even my own, because I did not expect a second-round playoff appearance.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for it. I do think a lot of them are picking us because, one, like you said, continuity, and it does matter because we will be able to get right out the get-go. But also I think they started doing that because after they saw the schedule, they do know that we have one of the easier schedules in the NBA, which is nice. And I really do like that we have one of the easier schedules in the NBA.
Yeah, it's
because
nice.
We have a really easy start. And I feel like whoever gets a good head start could really solidify the top two positions. Because it's kind of like Milwaukee last year, because they fucking started out the gate really hot, and no one ever caught them in the East. So I feel like if we do that, we should be good.
Yeah,
we should at least get the 1-2 seed.
That would be ideal. Yeah, I think that's probably what will happen. Like, we got off to a really good start last year, and we didn't really drop below 2. I don't think we ever dropped to 3.
I don't think we
for
ever
a couple days, but
yeah, we might have dropped to 3 for a couple days, but I don't think we did. And the only time we had a really bad skid was when people got really hurt, like Gary and Jamal and Paul were all out, and it was like, oh, Jesus Christ, who's on this team anymore? Which hopefully injuries don't happen, and I don't think they will. Hopefully not, at least to the main 5 guys in the starting lineup. And I think that this team will do good. I like I said last week and weeks prior, we need a 1 or 2 seed because we're not going to win a second round series on the road. I don't care what anyone says. You can have the opinion that we could if you're listening to this. I still don't think that we will if we're on the road and we have to win a 7-game series against like the Lakers or the Clippers or the Jazz or the Blazers. Whoever it is, I'd just rather be at home.
Yeah, being at home would be ideal. I feel like we could probably beat the Blazers, but we'll see.
We could probably beat the Blazers, but maybe we couldn't. Who knows? Wouldn't you just rather be safe and be at home?
Well, yeah, I mean, the point is that the best teams in the NBA usually don't have to worry about that sort of thing.
That's true. The one thing that was weird about all these things, and I don't know why they do it, even Bleacher Report when they put out their schedules, or their season predictions for like season totals, they're always so low. Like they're at 53, 52, 54 wins. Like there's always a team that at least gets near 60 or it gets 60. So I don't get why they're doing that. I guess they're just trying to be safe because like ESPN had us at 54. And that's what we got last year, I'm pretty sure.
I feel like there's going to be like a lot of teams pretty close to 60 wins in the West.
I feel like we got to at least be close to 60 to get a top 1 or 2 seed because I'm pretty sure we won 54 games last year. If we don't improve on that, it's kind of strange, I feel like we should at least improve 1 or 2 games at least because we threw a game away last year.
Yeah.
We're technically 55.
This is funny.
So I will always consider us actually at 55 because we did throw a game away. So, and like the top seed was 57 last year. So I feel like we got to at least be in the 55 to 57 range. So hopefully we are. But I mean, yeah, the top 10 teams in the West are going to be going at it. I don't think any of those teams are going to be under like 45 wins, which is insane.
It's crazy. West is going to be annoying.
Yeah, it's going to be annoying, but at least there's fun games to watch every night, which is good. Unless you have altitude, which is now an issue, apparently.
Yeah.
So, on other news, which is really bad for all Nuggets fans, altitude, apparently TV contract ended with the major cable companies, and now we might not be able to watch our Nuggies on TV, which is dumb and really stupid. They posted something on like the Nuggets Twitter if you want to go to a website and like sign a petition to be like, hey, make sure we keep our TV. So if you guys want to go do that, make sure to go over to Nuggets Twitter and sign that because I want to watch my Nuggets on TV. I don't know about you, Phil.
Yeah, I would like to. It would be nice if the Nuggets had like a channel that I could access for free, but I don't know.
This is like actually a serious problem. It's basically Marvel versus Sony Spider-Man, but for our altitude TV rights.
Yeah, hopefully they get something done on both ends there.
Because Dish pulled out.
You can't like have if you live in Colorado, you have to be like cable has to give you a way to watch your team. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, because
you can watch the Broncos, Rockies, Avs pretty much every night, every time they play. So you should be able to watch the Nuggets as well. I mean, this includes the Avs too, I assume.
Yeah, this is the Avs, anything Kroenke owns basically. So Avs, Nuggets, Rapids, Mammoth. If people watch the Mammoth on altitude, if that's the thing for you. But like anything of those, they're all at risk of being gone. So please, people, go try to make sure we don't lose this. I really hope we don't, because I watched most of my games through streaming on Altitude Now, which they finally released last year. And then you tell me the first year they do a streaming service now it's going to be gone.
Die. Yeah, that would be a bummer.
And I really would just like to watch my Nuggets on TV. I don't want to do it any other way. So people, please go out and reach out to Nuggets Twitter and go find that link to go sign the petition. Or I think they're saying like don't block my Nuggets or don't block my Altitude TVs, like the hashtag they're going with. So if you have Twitters, do that.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah, try and make it viral. We need it. We need the Nuggies.
I don't want to not be able to watch Jokic school everyone and watch Jamal go off for like 40 some night, or watch Gary Harris just hit 5 threes.
Yeah.
I don't want to miss those moments.
It does help that the Nuggets are good, so like hopefully another network will pick them up if this does go to shit.
I just think it's fucking ridiculous. But I'm glad that at least we, like you said, we are a good team this year. So even if we do lose this, we do have national TV games, so that's nice for the meantime and like filling it. But I feel like they'll get something done. But just go out and support if you can, people, because this is a big deal, I feel like. And it was kind of shocking when I saw it earlier today when I was looking for news. I was like, what? How did that happen?
Are you serious?
So yeah, go support as much as you can to make sure we keep Altitude Sports, because, you know, we love our boys on Altitude Sports. We love
Yeah.
Scott Hastings. We love Chris Marlowe. We love Vic Lombardi. Hopefully he's doing good from his cancer recovery. Katie Winget, you know, she does good.
Chris Dempsey.
What's the Scott Hayes? No, not Scott Hanslick.
Yeah,
with his weird mustache.
Bill Hanslick.
Bill Hanslick, that's what it is. His weird ass mustache.
Yeah.
He still has a mustache from like the 70s, man.
Yeah,
It's just
he's
like, what are you
living
doing?
in the 70s.
It's just funny, but yeah, go support. Make sure we keep it, because I don't want to have to watch my Nuggets any other way that doesn't have Chris Marlowe or Scott Hastings talking about our games. Those guys were like my childhood, so go support. And then lastly in news for the Nuggets, before we get to our topic, Enes Kanter was on, I think, like the show's like First Things First. It's the show of Chris Carter and Nick Wright on Fox. And he was just talking. They asked him like a question about who's like one of the best centers in the league, like who's hardest to guard. And he said Nikola Jokic. And then they were like, and he was talking about like, yeah, he's so good. He's so unstoppable. He can just get like a triple-double out of nowhere and you just don't notice it. And they were like, well, you're talking about Jokic, and, you know, everyone knows that Jokic is out of shape. Again, I'm sorry, Jokic. I know you don't like when people say that.
But you are.
And they talked about how Enes Kanter lost weight to be better in the NBA. And they asked him, what do you think would happen if Jokic lost weight? And he was like, he'd be unstoppable. There'd be no way to stop him. He'd be the best player in the league. What do you think?
It's true. Like, if he was even like, he's never going to be athletic, but just imagine if he had like Yusuf Nurkic's body.
Yeah, Yusuf lost a shit ton of weight.
Right? So like,
so much weight.
He would be even better than he is now. And like, we might get to that at some point, but he's just got to start putting that work in.
I mean, he looks, every year he comes into the new year, like for new season, he looks a little bit slimmer, you know?
Yeah.
Like, not a ton, but a little bit slimmer. My thing is, I wonder if he saw like Kevin Love's transformation, because most people would say fat Kevin Love was better than skinny Kevin Love.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people agree with that, because fat Kevin Love did really good. Now, was that a part of it? Was because, you know, he didn't play with LeBron and he was the only guy in Minnesota or whatever.
Yeah.
But if you just look at stats, he did better when he was fatter. And I wonder if Jokic sees that and he's like, what if I'm only good because I'm fat?
Yeah. Hopefully not. That shouldn't matter necessarily. You know, like,
But what if that's in his head and that's why he doesn't lose weight? Maybe that's why he's
his
like,
brain isn't gonna die because he loses fucking 10 pounds. Like,
I just feel like you don't have to lose weight. You can just gain muscle.
yeah, exactly.
Get strong.
Change
buddy.
it.
Get
Change it.
swole. I just think it's funny that we're not the only ones that noticed that if he lost just any bit of weight or just got in real NBA shape, he'd be like fucking amazing. Because even Enes Kanter said that. And I think that's hilarious to have another guy, even a guy who played him in the playoff series with Portland and was, you know, a dickhead for most of that series, be like, yeah, he's amazing and he could be even better. So, like, other people see it.
I mean, yeah, Jokic has earned the NBA's respect. Now it's time for him to start just dominating.
Hopefully he does do that. And I think, hopefully, I mean, he's going to come into at least this season pretty fresh and pretty good to go. Like, already got his legs warm because he is doing this tournament. That's like a thing that most people don't understand. It's like, because these guys are doing their tournament, like, most people are like, I'm going to stay out to focus on the season. But, like, Jokic is going to come in pretty, like, ready to go now because he's just been playing, like, a month of basketball already.
Yeah, which is cool. He'll still have relatively fresh legs, and he'll also have gotten the rust off a little bit.
Yeah, he'll have gotten the rust off. He'll be ready to go. He's just going to have to, like, relearn our plays, which would take him, like, 2 seconds because he's Jokic.
Yep. And
then he's just ready to send it off. And I think that's actually really good for us because that's going to help out a lot when, you know, the beginning of the season comes out, like we talked about, when we have to get off to a good head start. So
our best player's already kind of warmed up. So
yeah, he's warmed up. He's ready to go. He's hopefully a little bit skinnier. He's killing.
yeah,
And then he can get Jamal and everyone else going. And hopefully Jamal is healthy by the time the regular season starts, which I think he will be. I don't think that ankle injury was really that big of a deal.
I don't even think it was that serious. I think he just didn't want to play. So
yeah, it might have been just he didn't want to play. Who knows? But now we'll get into our topic for the week. So there wasn't much going on, but I did see a Bleacher Report article where they also were like, there's nothing going on, but so let's just think of trade ideas. It just got me thinking of like, what trades could the Nuggets do to make the team better and, improve and maybe, pull like a Kawhi, not like a Kawhi like trade. There's no way we could get a player like Kawhi, but pull a trade that could, like we'll say in air quotes, all in. We could go all in on the season.
yeah.
Like the Portland Trail Blazers. But we could, what are some things that you were thinking of, Phil? What's an idea that you've had?
I don't really have a player in mind, but I think the Nuggets would benefit well from a starting caliber athletic wing, whether that's the 2, 3, or 4. More like 3 or 4, but
So you don't want Bradley Beal? Everyone wants Bradley Beal.
No, I do not want Bradley Beal. I don't want Bradley Beal.
Everyone says Bradley Beal on the Nuggets. It's the best thing in the world.
I'm sure a lot of people listening have seen the Bleacher Report article. That is way too much for Bradley Beal. Michael Porter Jr., Monte Morris, Gary Harris, and 2 first-round picks. Ridiculous.
That is a lot. And I think getting rid of Gary Harris just in general for Bradley Beal is unnecessary. Because, again, I think Gary Harris gets a bad rap in main public media because he's either always been injured when they saw him, or he wasn't at the peak of his performance. Because, he was just starting to get good in that Portland series. That was when he was starting to get back, I think, into his regular Gary form. Because he was doing really good in that series.
Yeah. He was looking really good in that series.
He was very rusty for most of the year because he was hurt. He never really got going until that Portland series because of that injury. I think Gary Harris is going to have a bounce back year, and I think people really do disrespect how good he is on defense, too. Because I still think he's better than Bradley Beal on defense.
Oh, he definitely is.
It's just Bradley Beal. He has a really pure shot. He's a good three-point shooter. He had the best year of his career last year, but I'm not a fan of Bradley Beal. He's also the only player on that team. That's what I was going to say. I'm not a fan of Bradley Beal because he's the only guy on that team. So, of course, he's going to have a career year when John Wall's out, and that team's literally hot garbage. Yeah. No offense to the Washington Wizards fans, if there are any of you listening to this. If you are, hello. But that team was terrible. And, it was just, apparently there was a report that Scott Brooks tried to sit him, Bradley Beal, because they wanted to tank or something. And Bradley Beal just said no. He was like, I'm not going to sit because he wants to get his numbers up so he can get, that max extension or, get a super max or something.
Yeah.
Because he has to make, all NBA teams or he has to do certain things. So he was like, no, I'm not sitting because I have to get my numbers. So he was just trying to go for numbers anyways, too, last year. So it's just I just don't know how he would work. He's been good in the playoffs for the Wizards. I'm not a huge fan of him.
Yeah, he's not a bad player. He made an all-star game, and he deserved it, but I don't see the point in trading for his contract and also just giving up on a player who's as important as Gary Harris is. So,
if he was worth the price, I would maybe consider it. But we would have to get rid of Gary no matter what, I feel like. And I just don't want to do that. But then again, I'm also probably Gary's biggest fan. So.
Yeah, you're a little Gary biased, but it's fair. He's a really good player, and I don't think we need to. To be honest, I don't think we need to make an all-in move, anyways.
I don't think we need to either. But people are like, "Oh, but if they got I've seen so many articles, not even that Bleacher Report one. They're like, "Oh, the Nuggets should go after Bradley Beal because it will help them go to the next level." And I'm like, "Yeah, it would help, but I don't think those people really consider how much we would have to give up."
Yeah, exactly.
Because we'd have to give up so much. At bare minimum, we definitely have to give up Gary. What else do you think we would have to give up? I'd say Gary for sure.
Gary. We probably would have to give up Michael Porter Jr., but that would be as much as I'd be willing to give. But maybe maybe one first round pick.
Yeah, because I feel like if you give up Michael Porter Jr., that's okay, even though I would rather not, and I know you would rather not. But that's okay because we haven't seen what he is, and because he sort of seems kind of injury prone. Hopefully not.
Yeah, exactly.
But like, I just don't want to get rid of him now. I'd rather at least see what he is first a little bit, you know?
Exactly. Like, I don't. Yeah, it just seems like a really dumb move to trade for Bradley Beal.
Yeah, and either way, it looks like Bradley Beal is probably going to go to Miami because apparently Miami is willing to trade for Bradley Beal and an injured John Wall because they feel like if they get Bradley Beal over to Miami with John Wall will feel reinvigorated and revitalize his career with Jimmy Butler and Bradley Beal. So Miami, you can risk it all if you want.
Yeah.
That seems like a big gamble
It's a
because
big gamble, but
John Wall tore his Achilles.
Yeah.
I mean, either way, we all know that I feel like Bradley Beal has to get traded because
they need a restart.
And I feel like it's either you pay him the Supermax, which I don't think they're going to even offer him if he gets eligible for it, or you trade him. I don't think they're going to do a situation like the Hornets did where you just let him walk away like Kemba did for nothing. So I feel like he's going to get traded at one point this year. Hopefully not to another West team. For God's sakes, please not a West team. But like, I don't feel like it makes sense to get rid of the continuity for Bradley Beal yet. Especially because Gary's only 24? 25? How old is Gary?
24, I think. Yeah.
So it doesn't make sense to get rid of Gary. He's not even in his prime.
Yeah, they need to let the development go. Like, the only thing that I think they should consider is maybe finding a future at the power forward position.
That's what I was going to get into next. And the next thing they suggested was, or like one of the things they suggested was Drew Holiday, which like I guess, but only if Drew Holiday is willing to take a bench role. Like, and I don't think Drew Holiday would be willing to take a bench role. And maybe if you want to start him at shooting guard, because he does start at shooting guard for the Pelicans. So then again, that would be trading Gary Harris, which might be better than Gary Harris because Drew Holiday is, I'm pretty sure, he made first team all defense or something, right?
I think so, yeah.
So like he is probably better defensively and he can score. So maybe that'd be worth it, but then I would only do that if it's like Gary, Drew Holiday, like straight up. But even then, don't want to do it again because I feel like Gary has a lot of potential that he still hasn't even reached yet. Because again, he was sat down for a year. And he's been kind of injured for other parts of it, so I feel like he still has a lot of development. And he's gotten better every year, except for last year. But like, would you want Drew Holiday?
I'd take him, but like, I don't know. Maybe it's just like my love for my Nuggets, but like, I would like to keep Gary.
I just don't want Drew Holiday if it would be he would start. If he was okay with being the backup, then I'd trade Monte Morris. But I don't know if he'd be okay being a backup.
Probably not.
Because Monte Morris is probably going to be off the team in a year or two whenever we don't give him an extension or he's up for restricted free agency because we're not going to be able to afford him. There's no way. I can't see us be able to afford him. He's going to want starter money.
Exactly.
He's a good point guard. And he's probably going to be even better because he's in the gym a lot. So I could see him be a lot better. So if that was a possibility to get Drew Holiday as a backup, that'd be cool. But going into the power forward thing, another one they suggested, and we kind of mentioned it last week on the podcast, and probably in earlier podcasts before too, Blake Griffin's probably a possibility. And I would love to get Blake Griffin if we could get Blake Griffin.
Yeah. That'd be good. I think he's would be the most ideal acquisition for us.
I feel like he'd make the most sense because we know Paul Millsap is getting old. He's getting up there. I think he's like 36.
Probably his last year of his time with us.
He's probably in last year's time with us. And if not, he's definitely, I don't think, ever going to be our starter again. I feel like if we re-sign him, he'd probably come off the bench. So I feel like in the meantime, he's on a 1-year deal. Blake Griffin has said before in previous reports, like last year, I saw that Denver was one of the teams he was interested in getting traded to. So he has a mutual interest in coming over here. He's a great power forward. He has an improved 3-point shot. He plays decent defense. Not great defense, but I mean, at this
Good
point,
enough.
None of our team really does. So what's the point? And he's super duper young, and he's on contract for like 4 years. I think that makes the most sense to go out and get him. But what would you be willing to give up for Blake Griffin? Because we probably have to give up shit for Blake Griffin.
It would be, I would say like we probably would give up Paul Millsap and then we probably have to give up like Michael Porter Jr. And like a first round pick. I would ideally we could maybe find a package of like Malik or Monte and Millsap in first. Try and keep Michael Porter Jr., Gary, and Jamal. I don't know. They're probably going to ask for a lot, so
They would probably ask for a lot, but it also depends. I mean, he is coming off an injury, so maybe that hurts his stock a little bit, but I feel like they're going to wait till he plays and he like rebuilds it a little bit, but he's been asking for a trade apparently before. But he's pretty loyal to the team. Like, he played through his leg injury for the Pistons. I gained a lot of respect for Blake Griffin through that. I know in past times when he was on the Clippers, you did not like Blake Griffin a lot.
Mm-mm.
But now I feel like we all respect Blake Griffin.
Yeah.
Because he's shown that he's improved as a player. He's not just a dunker anymore. He actually has a lot of skill. He's a good ball handler. He's a good passer. I think a screen and roll between him and Jokic would be amazing. Because imagine Jokic throwing a lob to Blake Griffin. It'd be so cool.
It would be cool, and it would be really hard to guard.
Yeah, so I feel like it'd be really cool. I feel like he's good for spacing the floor because, like I said, improved three-point shot. But what would we have to give rid of him? I think Paul Millsap's a given because he is on a one-year deal. They probably want that just to get money off their books. We probably have to give up Malik or Monte, a mixture of one of those two. And then I would hope not to give rid of Michael Porter Jr. So if we can't do that, maybe try to give them Will Barton and be like, hey, look, he's better this year. Hopefully he's better this year.
Hopefully
So
Will Barton has some trade value.
Yeah, like he can be like, here, look, he's better this year. Or maybe we could give him like, I'm trying to think of who else. Maybe Plumlee. Plumlee's also on a one-year deal. Maybe they just want like one-year deals. They just want to get contracts off the books. We could do that. Something like that. And if it's just give them a shit ton of picks, I'm okay with giving them a lot of picks. I don't care about their picks. Give them all of our first-round picks for like the next 3 years. Or
I'll do that.
after next year. And give them all the next 3. Because like our second-round picks are usually our better picks anyway.
Yeah. And like hopefully they're going to suck anyways because
Yeah.
we're going to be good.
I mean, yeah, they'll probably be bad picks because we'll probably be top in the West. We'll either be at least in the top 4, top 5, depending on where seeding goes and injuries and stuff like that. But I think, like, if you're willing to get rid of those stuff, then I feel like that just makes the most sense to do. Because we need a power forward of the future. And I would like to keep the main core together. So I like to keep Jokic. I like to keep Jamal. I like to keep Gary. And if we can, I like to keep Michael Porter Jr. Because then we could have a starting lineup of those guys with Blake Griffin for, like, the next 4 years.
That would be really solid.
Which would be fucking sick. And I think that'd be definitely one of the best teams in the West. If not the best team behind, like, the Clippers and, like, the Lakers and the Rockets. Definitely be better than Utah and, like, Portland.
I mean, you never know. Blake Griffin, like, he averaged, like, what, 26 or 27 last year?
I could check.
Could really vault us above some of those teams. Probably not the Clippers, maybe not the Lakers, but everyone else.
I mean, he was really good. He's shown a lot of improvement. I think Blake Griffin has really come far as a player because I think he shot, let's see. So he scored 22 points. Oh, wait, no, he scored 24 points last year. Averaged that. He averaged 5 assists, which is good for his position for sure. He averaged 7 total rebounds. He was shooting 75% from free throw, which is better than Paul Millsap. Because Paul Millsap was pretty bad from free throw last year. Don't know why.
Yeah.
He shot 52% from 2-point range and 36% from 3-point range, which is really good for like a power forward. I think that's pretty.
Yeah, he had a really good year last year.
He had a really good year. I think he could be very valuable. So if there is a possibility to trade for Blake Griffin, I would like to do it. Again, it's a pipe dream. It probably won't happen. He'll probably go somewhere else. I mean, who knows if they're even wanting to trade him. I just know there was reports last year at some point during the trade deadline that did come up that he wanted to get traded, and Denver was one of the places he said he'd be okay with.
The Nuggets and Blake Griffin have been linked for a while,
So I feel like Blake Griffin would be cool if we could get, and it would really help the team. I mean, he's only 29. He's on contract for a couple of years, and he's a veteran at this point, and I feel like he's pretty mature, and he would help the team. He's had playoff experience. He has lost a lot, but I mean, he has good playoff experience. So I just feel like it'd be good. He would help rebounding. He'd help athleticism-wise. We'd finally have a yammer because we don't have a yammer.
We would honestly kind of need, so that'd be cool.
So we don't have a yammer, and I want a yammer because we just don't have one, and he would do it. It'd be great. So hopefully we could get him. I think he would be great, but I mean, it all just depends. What do you think's the likelihood of it happening, Phil, percentage-wise?
20. Probably lower.
I feel like it's pretty, I was going to say, I feel like 20 is pretty high.
Yeah. No, I'm going to say more like 10. Maybe.
10, yeah.
10 feels a little... I don't think we're going to trade for him. I don't think we'll make any trades, really.
I mean, it all also depends on how the season goes.
Yeah.
Obviously, like, he could get
Things could change, yeah.
really frustrated and be like, trade me, and we could be really into it, but I just been like... I mean, he's, like you said, he's been connected for a while. Like, even on the Clippers, like, we tried trading for him before, and they asked for, like, Gallo, Kenneth, and Will Barton before. I don't know why we said no to that.
That would have been a really nice trade.
I really don't know why they said no to that. But, like, it's been a thing before, so hopefully it can happen, but it just depends. We'll see how it goes. I mean, like it said, on January 27th, I think the report came out that he was, like, looking for a trade. Other places he was looking to get traded to, though, were, like, the Knicks and the Mavericks. But the Mavericks make no sense now.
Yeah.
Because they have Porzingis. And the Knicks have every power forward in mankind.
Yeah, they don't need them.
I mean, they still could trade for him, but it wouldn't make sense.
It'd be fun. I mean, it'd be classic.
They have every power forward ever named in the NBA.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Is like if the Pistons do trade him, then that means they're blowing it up. So they're gonna want young guys, and the Knicks could potentially do that. So
they would give him all young guys, which is just interesting. Also, did you know the Knicks are rated higher as a 2K team than the NBA championship Raptors?
Are you serious? Dude, 2K's trash.
2K is like kind of weird right now. Oh, also most of our team like came out. They did like a listing of how good the teams are. Like everyone on our team after Gary's like a 77 until you get to like Torrey Craig. Like Plumlee's a 77, Malik's a 77, Monte's a 77. Someone else is a 70. Oh, Jeremy Grant's a 77, and Michael Porter Jr. is a 76.
Yeah, that's about right.
And then, like, Torrey's a 74, which, again, too low for Torrey. Fucking respect Torrey Craig. He's a great player. He should be at least a 77. But that's crazy because I think we're the only team that has that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we have, like, 7 guys who are, like, 77s. Our worst-rated player is Juancho.
Really?
He was, like a 74.
Yeah, he had a bad season last year, so.
But that's still pretty good.
Yeah.
Our worst-rated player is a 74.
We're deep.
So it is interesting, but yeah, that's it for the most part about trades. I'd be interested to see what other people would think for who we should trade for. I mean, there's probably smaller guys we could trade for. Like, there's still Iggy. Iggy's a possibility. But he's going to get maybe bought out, so maybe a free agent. Who knows? But, I mean, I just say dream goal for both of us would be Blake Griffin.
Yeah, Blake Griffin is ideal. He'd be the one that, like, I would say could put us over the top. Everyone else is kind of just like,
I wish we got Porzingis last year. That would have been
Porzingis would have been perfect.
Who fucking knew he was available for a trade? No one, apparently.
Apparently, no one. They just called the Mavericks. Like, one Porzingis?
Well, it's because apparently Mark Cuban would call, like, every day and be like, can I get Porzingis? Can I get Porzingis? Like, every day. And then when they were willing to trade him, they were like, hey, you want Porzingis? He was like, yeah, duh.
Of course I do.
Which is unfortunate. Again, that team's also going to be pretty good, and people forget about it. But, I mean, there's no other good power forwards in the league unless we want to trade for, like, LaMarcus Aldridge, but I don't get why the Spurs would trade him yet.
Yeah, I don't really want him either.
I don't know any other good power forwards, if I can think of.
I can't think of any.
So, yeah, I think, like, or at least good power forwards that'd be on trade market.
Yeah.
He's probably the best one available. There's probably smaller guys. And, I mean, even if we don't get him, we did get trade for Jeremy, and Jeremy can play power forward, and Jeremy's going to be a pretty good pickup, a solid pickup. Maybe Bobo can play parts of the season, maybe play at the 4, play at the 5. He could be pretty good. Who knows? Even though I would assume Bobo is going to play in the G League for most of the year, which would be good.
Yeah.
So, we'll see how it goes. And that's all of it for this week. There's nothing else really to talk about. So, if you guys liked and enjoyed, please make sure to subscribe, leave a comment, tell a friend, and listen to us on YouTube or SoundCloud. And yeah, that's all we got for this week. Thank you guys for listening.
Go Nuggets.